not really recently, but I am not really doing so hot right now, so I'm just doing a very easy video today. It's probably going to seem very repetitive, but yeah, I'm just not really in the greatest mood right now, so hopefully doing a video can help, boost my, mood or something like that. That'd be really great. Yeah, anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yesterday I did post a video. I posted the career leaders in 3-point makes, which was kind of cool. Talking about Steph Curry just now passing Reggie Miller for second all time, catching up to Ray Allen, who's number one. We go through the entire list. I think we go through all the way to number 250, and we go all the way up and sort of pick out notable names and whisper soft spoken about some of the names, which is kind of fun. Also, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like on the video. You guys have been going crazy with the support this month of January. You guys have like I said, I'm not really doing too great right now, so seeing you guys, really helps me out a lot in the comments and liking the video, and just you being here really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for just even clicking on this video. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, if you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do a double upload day. Double upload day. I think I'm gonna post some more Star Wars Battlefront content, because last time you guys blew that up. So hey, Star Wars fans, make sure you guys are here tomorrow. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Double upload day. And then I'm thinking about doing another My Team video, because I haven't done one of those in a while. So yeah, without further ado, let's do some early, super early gradings for teams put together so far this NBA season. Alright, here we have, of course, another Bleacher Report article, and this one is early season report card grades for every NBA team. Again, 30 NBA teams. I can't talk about too long and lengthy about them. Okay, so obviously going in alphabetical order. I feel like I do this every time, but we have here the Atlanta Hawks, and they get a grade of C minus for the Atlanta Hawks. I gotta talk about this one because, again, a lot of people picked Atlanta to be, a top 6 seed, and not top 6, like they'll make 1 through 6, but like a 6th, 7th, 8th seed in the East this year, and I just don't really believe that they can stay 6th. I think they're 6th right now in the Eastern Conference, which, again, it's very early on, and watching them play, I'm not convinced they will stay there. I mean, teams below them like Toronto and Miami, Orlando has looked good throughout the year as well. Like, Cleveland's on a good run right now. I don't believe that they might stay in that spot for that much longer. So, again, the inexperience might catch up to them, and maybe it'll just take some time for them to play together, and with the coaching and everything, we'll just start rolling into the playoffs, and hey, maybe they'll make a good playoff run. But as of right now, I think C minus isn't that bad of a grade. Then next up, we have the Boston Celtics with a B plus for the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics B plus. Do I agree with this? I think yes. Right now, Boston is second in the East at 10-6. They did just lose to Philly, who is the obviously number one team right now, probably in the NBA. Well, maybe not the NBA, but definitely in the East. They are killing it right now. Joel Embiid is already on some sort of MVP run right now. It seems he's playing very well. But anyways, the Boston Celtics don't have Jason Tatum. I think he's on protocol, or he's hurt or something like that. Jason Tatum has been playing for a little bit, which is scary. But hey, I know a lot of people in Boston aren't worried. I'm not worried about Boston at all. They'll be definitely fine. I think B plus is good. I think they are right where they should be, slash a little bit ahead of schedule right now, being in second in the East, obviously with teams like Milwaukee, not doing so hot, especially Toronto, teams like that. I think they're in a good, maybe even better than what they thought, spot, especially since not having Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown's ascension into being that sort of next guy on the roster. They're maybe second all-star, which I think he will be an all-star this year if they have an all-star game. I think it makes sense that they are at a B plus. I agree with that. I don't think I'd go any higher than that. I think that's actually perfect. Next up, we have the Brooklyn Nets, and for them, they have an incomplete grade, which I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's because Brooklyn has only had a couple games together, and obviously with the back-to-back losses against I would assume this would be like his second year LaMelo, even maybe third year LaMelo. He's putting up games like almost triple doubles. His scoring looks like it's coming more with ease and confidence, which is all he really needs, some more confidence. And yeah, he's looking really good. Terry Rozier and that whole squad is playing really good. Even Gordon Hayward is sort of getting, not back to where it used to be, but flashes of very good player Gordon Hayward, which we haven't seen in a very long time. So I think B plus is maybe a little bit too high because Charlotte right now is still 12th in the Eastern Conference, almost 13th right now, but they are a game or two away from being the 8th seed. So B plus, I'll say like B minus. I'll say B minus because C plus is like a little bit overachieving. C is like where you should be, or not doing anything different. I say B minus. I think B plus is a little bit pushing it. I do like how they are playing. Gordon was playing well. The team's playing pretty decent against some good squads, and LaMelo is sort of catching on to the NBA game a lot faster than what I would assume would have happened. We now have the Chicago Bulls, and oh no, I'm sorry Bulls fans, but you guys get a C for your grade this year so far. I will 10,000% agree with this. It seems like Chicago has done absolutely nothing for their team. They haven't gotten much worse, but they haven't gotten much better. They seem like they've done absolutely nothing. I guess they technically did. They didn't really do anything the past offseason that was really a big push. Obviously, they drafted a good aspiring rookie who has really good potential, which is good. But that's not really changing how they play or the way they play or how they're scoring or anything. It seems like they're still the same Chicago Bulls team from 2-3 years ago. Like, they're not really going anywhere extravagant. I think they are a good team, and they should be better than what they are. I still think of them as, a potential 8th seed for the playoffs, but as right now, they're still going to be, the same old sort of purgatory Chicago Bulls team that we've seen for years and years and years and years already, which is kind of sad. Cleveland gets a grade of a B, which, in my opinion, is too low. ASMballeR puts Cleveland at a B plus. I think a B plus is a right spot for Cleveland, especially, yes, because of the last games against the Nets pushes me over the hump for that. Cleveland right now is 7th, nearly 6th, couple games behind 5th in the Eastern Conference right now, which, my God, that's crazy. And another reason why I put them a little bit over is because not only because the play of the Nets, but the play, well, not the play, but the trade of Jared Allen on that team. They now have a great guard in Colin Sexton. You can play him at the 1 or the 2 for years to come. You get Okoro, who looks like a lockdown defender. I'm not saying he locked down anyone against the Nets, but he was guarding James Harden pretty well, probably better than a lot of other rookies would have sort of handled that situation. And you can tell he's going to be that really good defensive player for that team, hopefully in the future. And then you get another young player like Jared Allen who could grow with those pieces. Next up on the list, we have the Dallas Mavericks and Dallas fans out there. You guys are tied for the worst grade so far at a C plus. That's yikes. Dallas right now is 10th in the NBA, well, not the NBA, the Western Conference, and we mostly know why. It's because of Kristaps Porzingis not being there for most of the beginning of the year, and then sort of having to integrate him into the sort of starting lineup and everything like that all over again. They lost against Chicago, Toronto, Chicago again, Houston Rockets. Like, they are losing to teams that they should beat against, but they do beat teams like Indiana and that they did beat Denver earlier on in the year, which is okay, but they're not looking like that dominant sort of Dallas Mavericks team that I thought they were going to have. Luka Doncic MVP type season, Rick Carlisle Coach of the Year, top 4 seed in the West, that sort of thing. I don't think that's going to happen this year because the team play isn't there. I think they're fine. They're going to be okay. They're going to make the playoffs, but I think C minus is actually a good grade for them. Definitely below average. Right now we have the Denver Nuggets at a C for a grade, and no. For me, Denver might even get lower than that. I get, well, actually, C minus. Definitely a couple weeks ago, I would have given them a lower one, but right now they are playing a little bit better. I think they're 4th right now in the West, which is their second best player out like Dallas did, which is why I'm sort of lenient on their grade of being a C minus because just Luka Doncic's out there by himself. It's not going to be doing anything. So they had their guys and they just couldn't figure it out, which sucked. But it seems like they are now. So C minus is like I think a good grade for Denver. For the Detroit Pistons, they have a D plus. Yes, the worst grade so far. Do I agree? I mean, they are the worst team in the NBA right now. Man, I kind of want to give them a lower one, if I'm being honest. Now I'll say D plus. I think that's a good range for them. I mean, their free agent signings were bad. They're playing bad. I mean, their only bright side, which is why I see them having a D plus, is that Killian Hayes is hurt, which I think he would sort of help them out in sort of how they're supposed to be playing and things like that. I think having Killian Hayes out really actually hurts them more than we probably think. And then Jeremy Grant's actually playing pretty well this year, being it looks like their go-to guy. But then you look at everything else, and they're still losing to really bad teams, and Blake Griffin is looking really bad. It sucks for Detroit and fans there, but it is what it is, I guess. Next up, we have the Golden State Warriors, and they have a B plus right now. A B plus for the Warriors right now. They are the 8th seed in the West at 9-8. Is that a B plus? I'm gonna say I'll give them the B. I'll give them a B. I think for sure a B. B plus is I think a little too high. They were riding a little bit higher. I think so, but they're playing well. And I said this once, and I'll say this again. I keep saying that. It's because of the play of Steph Curry, and Steph Curry again is gonna have to put up monstrous numbers again. His 60-point game, 30-point games, 40-point games, crazy 3-point shooting, and things like that. Steph Curry's got to play that every single game this year if they want to compete. And if he can do it, they can do it. That's awesome. But if he can't, that team can't do it. And it does a lot of ride on Steph Curry. It looks like he might prove everyone wrong and might do it. We have the Houston Rockets, and they have a B rating. A B. I think Houston is going to be okay. I think they're still going to be a sort of 10th, 9th seed playoff play-in series competitor for sure. Them, San Antonio, Memphis, maybe even OKC can sneak in there. They're going to be one of those guys who sort of have to sort of go into one of those series, maybe even the Pelicans as well. The Indiana Pacers next, and they get a B plus according to this article. I think for sure. I think B plus is perfect for Indiana. I might even go a little bit further. I don't want to give him the highest grade right now at A minus, but in my opinion, you guys saw my sort of predictions for the conferences this year. I thought Indiana was a team that was like almost out of the playoff racing from how their offseason was sounding like they're going to trade Miles Turner, Victor Oladipo, blah blah blah. Players weren't happy, and they look fine. They have a new coach, and Miles Turner, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Sabonis playing again at an all-star level. They get a young scorer with good health, good hope. Can come back and be that same sort of 2018, 22 point per game scorer. Malcolm Brogdon is a killer on both ends of the court, and again, their coaching isn't looking too bad. This is a team that again can be a top 4 seed in the East, and right now they're number 4 now into the LA Clippers, and they apparently get the highest grade so far at an A, which do I believe that the LA Clippers are an A? I think right now the LA Clippers are an A. I think right now, and I said this before, they might be my favorite for the title, as the Nets are still figuring things out as soon as they click and snap together. I think they're going to be the favorite, obviously being a big 3 in the NBA, the only big 3 in the NBA. But right now, I think as a team, I think the Clippers are still the favorite. Kawhi and Paul George are looking really good. Paul George is looking a lot better than he did at the end of last season. Kawhi, again, MVP candidate for sure. Their team is so stupidly deep and not fair, but hey, that's really cool. They are second right now in the West. They could easily be first right now as well. The team is looking really good. They have Nick Batum, Beverly, Paul George, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Kawhi. The team is looking really nice and deep like always. Kawhi right now is averaging 26 points per game and 5 and 5, which is super crazy. Paul George is averaging 24, 6 and 5. So I think A is good. I think they're right now the favorites for winning the title for sure. I mean, it's interesting because the only really championship competitive team, they have the Bucks, and they did beat them, which is good. But that's one team out of all the games they played. You can argue definitely the Warriors, and they lost that game. So that's, I really want to see them compete against, the Clippers, Denver, all these other teams that are really looking like teams that are really going to give them a lot of trouble. They did obviously play the Clippers and lost opening night. They played the Dallas Mavericks and beat them, which is nice, but they did lose to Portland, who's a lesser team, so it's a toss-up. I might even give them an A- because they did lose a lot of depth and their bench isn't looking good. Actually, I'm going to give them an A-, and you know what? The only reason why I'm giving them an A- is because they traded JaVale McGee away to get Marc Gasol, and that, my friends, it was a terrible mistake. I said this as soon as it happened. Marc Gasol is not going to fit the playstyle right for your running gun LA Laker team that you want to do with LeBron James, and it's starting to show. So we have the Memphis Grizzlies now, and they have an A-, A- grade for them. Really, A-? They're giving them an A-. Huh. Memphis right now is 6th in the league, and they have been playing without Ja and Jaren. I think Jaren the entire year, and Ja for a pretty good chunk of games. I think A- might be a little bit too high. I'll give them a B+ for sure. B+ is the lowest you can give them, and I think B+ makes more sense because we haven't really seen them to their full potential, and maybe that will mess things up. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. So I think B+ is fair. They are 6th right now in the Western Conference, which is super crazy, being above teams like Dallas and really good teams. The Spurs are playing really well as well. So you have the Miami Heat, and they are at a D+ for Miami. Man, what happened to Miami, guys? Right now they are 13th in the East. They are one of the worst teams in the West, well, in the entire league right now. That's really bad. I don't really want to give them a D+. I may go C- because Jimmy Butler has been hurt, but when Jimmy Butler has been playing, he has been playing really good. He is looking very not himself when he's playing. That team just looks different. It looks struggling. It looks like it's just a different team than it was in the playoffs and things like that. So, which we all know, obviously, Miami just hit a very high run. They were rolling in the playoffs. I think we all knew that they were going to keep that up going into this season. At least I knew that was happening. I knew they were playing the playoffs like they were in a March Madness tournament, like they were just on a hot streak and they caught fire at the right time. We have the Milwaukee Bucks, and they have an A grade from Milwaukee. Wow. No. Matumbo Fingo, no. An A goes to a team that is overachieving, achieving what they should be doing. I don't think the, potential 70+ win regular season Milwaukee Bucks team with the back-to-back P and Defensive Player of the Year should have the 3rd seed tied for 4th seed, almost a 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. No. I think B is good. B+ maybe a little bit, easier to pick them out, but A, definitely not an A. They were not looking that hot at the beginning of the year. Giannis was really struggling, and again, I do not forget those games against the Nets where Giannis was guarding Jeff Green. Wow, the Nets were torching you guys. I think B+, B is good. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves now at, yes, guys, the lowest grade you can give someone, an F. Can we get an F in the chat for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Now that's very interesting because I know Karl-Anthony Towns is not playing because I think he actually is, sick with the sickness right now. So that's really bad, and obviously that team is Karl-Anthony Towns. Now I know they still have D'Angelo Russell, which makes a lot of sense. That team should be okay, but obviously being without their best player, they're gonna go downhill very fast. So I might actually give them a D- because I feel like F is like, that is like the worst case scenario. Like, that is bad, and I know it's not their fault what happened to Karl-Anthony Towns. So I think D- is a little bit more fair. We have the New Orleans Pelicans, and they have a D+, D+ grade. And guys, this is gonna be my first F. I think I gotta give New Orleans an F Right now, they are barely above Minnesota for the worst record in the NBA. And guess what, guys? No one on their team is hurt. They have Lonzo, Ingram, they have Zion. I know, not entirely together all the time, but for a vast majority of the season, they have been all together. And that team looks lost. They look lost. So that's why they don't have a reason. They're just not playing good together. And is it coaching style? Is it players and how they built the team? I'm not entirely sure. It could be. It's probably a bit of both, at least in my opinion. I think Stan Van Gundy. I don't know why would they bring in Stan Van Gundy, a coach who has coached Dwight Howard and Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe in Detroit. Why would they bring that sort of big man style of coach whose only success has had because of having a great big man? That team should not be hiring Stan Van Gundy. No offense to him. I think he's a really good coach, but really bad play style for this sort of style of team. Then we have the Knicks at a B. I think a B is a good grade for the Knicks. They might even get a little bit higher of a grade because I really doubt anyone thought they would actually make it in a playoff spot. Right now they're 8th. Well, they're technically tied for 8th in the East, so which again is higher than I thought they were going to be as of right now. They look good. Julius Randle looks really good. RJ Barrett looks really good. That team looks good. And like I said before, with the Knicks, you just want to do what like Chicago was doing, and a lot of other teams are doing, like what the Lakers did, and the Nets, is build a good team and cross your fingers and pray that a superstar sees that you're a good team, and you can just plop in a superstar player, and boom, now you're a title contender. So I think you do that. I think the way they're doing things right now is perfect, and that's what they should be doing. I think a B is a very good grade for them. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they have an A- grade for OKC. Okay, well, OKC did just beat Portland tonight. Big ups to OKC. I think they are playing pretty good. I said this before at the beginning of the year. They're going to be a scrappy young team who is going to be trying to, beat a lot of these teams, and I think they can do it. Right now, they are 11th in the West, above Houston and Sacramento and the Pelicans, so that's really good for them. But I think an A- might be a little bit too high. I'll give them a B because they are overachieving for sure. I thought they were going to be a bottom feeder team, barely any wins or anything like that, but they're actually competing pretty well. So I'll give them a B, but an A- is a little too high, in my opinion. I think Shea's doing amazing, by the way. We now have the Orlando Magic, and they have a D grade. Wow, a D. Do I believe in that? I think definitely, obviously, earlier on, the Magic looked really good. I think they were number 1 seed in the East for a little bit, but I feel like the Magic do that every year, where they have a really good run at the beginning of the year and then flame out very fast. Right now, they are 9th in the East, which is pretty low. I'll give them a C. I don't think they're doing anything super crazy. Like I said before, I feel like last year, and maybe even the year before, the Magic were a number 1 seeded Eastern Conference team and then fell very fast, which they did again this year. So I think a C. They're playing very average. They still don't have Jonathan Isaac, and they just lost Marco Fultz, which God sucks so much. But I think a C is okay. They're definitely just being an average Magic team for sure. We have the Philadelphia 76ers, and they have an A-. No, Bleacher Report. They get an A, just like everyone else. I think an A for the number 1 seeded Eastern Conference team, which again, with Milwaukee and Boston, for Philly to be playing as good as they are, and Joel Embiid playing as good as they are, I think they deserve an A for sure. Again, being the top-rated team, not top-rated, but top team in the East is very important. And the play of Joel Embiid and the guys around him, like Danny Green and Seth Curry, are actually doing pretty well this year so far. Shake Milton is looking like a 6th Man of the Year candidate for sure. Ben Simmons is not really doing so hot, but I think they're doing just fine the way they are, especially not making the James Harden trade. Doc Rivers and their coaching staff is doing pretty good, so I'll give them an A. I think they are overachieving and doing more than what I thought they were going to be doing, being a number 1 seed so far in the NBA, which is really cool. Then we have the Phoenix Suns at a B+, which again definitely makes sense. They are 7th right now, which actually is B+ a little too high. I think I might give them a B. I think a lot of people were very much overhyping the Suns at the beginning of the year. Now I don't really hear anything about the Suns, rarely at all. I know Devin Booker had some choice words for Paul George earlier on in the season, but that's really about it. That team's playing pretty average, so I think B sort of style. We have the Portland Trailblazers, and of course they have a C minus. That's okay. Portland right now is 5th in the West, so I'll give them a C. I think a C minus is a little. You're pushing it a little bit, guys. They have 3 starters out. Another player in Zach Collins who may have started this year. Rodney Hood is still recovering. So many injuries and just things going wrong. It sucks. Definitely, very sad to be a Blazer fan right now. I'll give them a C. They are still 5th, halfway in the playoff sort of standings right now. A little bit under half, actually, but it's really going to come down to Damian, which really sucks because I feel like it's always down to Damian, which I feel so bad for him a lot of the time. So hopefully they can just sort of pressure through this next month while Yusuf and CJ are out. Hopefully Zach Collins can come back healthy. Hopefully Rodney Hood can sort of start rotating into the rotation a little bit easier, not being able to play back-to-backs and bigger minutes and things like that. So I'll give him. And Enes Kanter's actually doing a lot better than I thought he was going to be coming back to Portland. So I'll give him a C. They're playing about normal players, Blazer basketball, just with a lot of injuries. We have the Sacramento Kings at a D, which is maybe a little bit too nice. I think I might give them a D minus because, again, they don't really have injuries. De'Aaron and Buddy and all of them are still playing. They just, again, can't figure it out. I don't know why. Why did that team fire Dave Yeager is just, boom, mind-blowing to me. And they would hire Luke Walton as their head coach. It just doesn't make any sense. They should have just kept their same guys in their same coaching staff and everything like that. But I don't know, it just baffles me. But, De'Aaron is playing okay, and Buddy Hield's actually playing pretty well, too. But it's just the same old Sacramento Kings, and they might even be doing worse than I thought they were going to be this year. So I think a D minus might be the right grade for them. We have the Spurs at 27th with a B. I will give them a B as well. I think 9th, 10th is where they should be. Right now they're 9th in the league. So they are playing good, a little bit above average for sure for Spurs. I thought they were going to be a tanking team, but it looks like they're going to be pushing for a playoff spot again, and they might make it. I could not imagine having to play against the Spurs as a play-in series. If you're the 8th or 7th seed, like, that is a dangerous team, man. That is terrifying to have to play against them in a little series to make it to playoffs. But DeMar's playing really good. DeJounte is looking really good. Kendall Johnson's looking really good. That team is looking like it's clicking very well. Not having a sort of go-to superstar, DeMar's good, but he's not like, old DeMar DeRozan, you know what I mean? We have the Toronto Raptors next, and they have a D+ grade. Wow. D+. I think a D+, yeah, for sure, because there's a point in time where people were pleading for Toronto to trade Pascal Siakam, which is crazy to me. I mean, I'll show you guys all the time in my rebuilds. Pascal Siakam in 2K right now is like an 82, 83, 84 overall player, which is so crazy. Like, he's just not the same player, and it's really sad. And obviously I keep saying that, and you guys agree with me. Some people do. Pascal Siakam cannot be the best player on your team and have it be successful. It just can't. I think last year they played really well, but I don't know what's happening this year. They just keep losing depth every year, and it's showing, and it's just not good for them whatsoever. So I think D+ is actually a right grade. We have the Utah Jazz, and they have an A- grade. Well, guess what, guys? I'm giving Utah an A as a grade. Yes, I think Utah is playing to a level like a championship contending team, like the Clippers and Lakers. I say that. I think the way they are shooting the ball, defending, the way Donovan Mitchell is playing, that team is looking like it is a championship contending team. I'm giving them an A. They are overachieving plus more, and I guess they are just like, I think they are playing a lot like how Miami did last year, and they are just peaking right now, and hopefully they can tread this on the entire year. Hopefully, cross your fingers if you're a Utah Jazz fan, because it's crazy what they're doing in Utah right now, and it might even just get better over time. It could just be, catching people off guard in this early season. It'll sort of start dying down a little bit. We're gonna see, but right now they are 3rd right now in the West, and could be a top-seeded team within a game or two. They can be the number 1 seed for sure. So Utah is definitely overachieving for sure. And then lastly, we have Detroit. We have the Washington Wizards, and it's because they have a D- almost said Detroit. They have a D minus, and I think D minus is okay because again they have a lot of guys in and out because of injuries and protocol. Because I think Russ was out for a little bit as well, so I could easily get them an F because yes, they are doing the worst I thought they were going to be doing. I thought they were going to be, an 8th play-in series sort of team. That does not look like the case here anymore, and that's really sad. So if you want to give them an F, I think that's safe, but I think due to the fact that they're arguably their best player, Russell Westbrook, but probably not anymore, has been out for quite some time for different reasons and stuff like that. So I think a D minus is pretty safe. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it's not too repetitive. I keep doing one, obviously power rankings come out every week, so I guess I might as well keep doing these every week at a certain time and do these power rankings for you. So it's a lot of fun for me. I don't know if you guys really enjoyed it or not, but I try to keep it, up to date as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, guys.